Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I transformed my living room space, just the TV area, from brown to a beautiful white. I really enjoyed working on this project, and so I hope you guys get to learn a thing or two on how to improve your spaces in your homes. And guys, the only thing is I did go over budget. I went over budget. So my living room space was very dull. It had like a browns and blacks. I was working with browns and blacks, and I realized that it makes my home feel dull because already the sitting room is a bit cozy. It's not a big space, and so sometimes also the colors that you choose to work with can really affect how your space turns out. So this is how my space looked. Initially it was just a brown space. I just had a brown table which I was using in my bedroom before, and then I transferred it to the living room after buying a bigger TV. Then I also had two poofs that I was using in my previous apartment. So when I moved to this apartment, I didn't need them, so I was using them in the TV stand area. This is a space that I really didn't like how it looked, and guys, I don't know, but sometimes it's the budget, man, it's the budget. Saa ingine manze budget hukataa, and so I really always wanted to transform this space, but I knew that I needed to save a lot on it. But I told myself, you know what, let me put a budget, then work with that budget, see what I can achieve, and then if I need to add as I continue, then that's something I can consider. So I'm going to be letting you guys know what my initial budget was and what I ended up spending in order to achieve this change. Okay, so my initial budget was I wanted to spend 15,000. So this is how I had broken it down. For the TV stand, I knew I could get a nice TV stand between 9,500 to 10,000. So that was my initial budget. Then I wanted to get a plant of around 3,000. I knew I could get this in Kamkunji or eastleigh because I had seen several of them. Then the other 2,000 remaining, I wanted to spend 1,000 to get a sort of like a basket or a chondo of sorts, so that I can use that to put in my throw cushions, and anything else that I would use in my living room. Then the last 1,000, I wanted to thrift decor pieces that I could place on top of my TV stand. So that was my budget. I didn't go way over, but of course I went over based on the things that I got and the things that I really thought worked on my space. So that was my initial budget, and guess what, guys? Guess what I ended up spending? Drum rolls. I ended up spending 22,000 shillings. I know, guys, I know this is like 7,000 shillings over budget, but when I started working on the project, it was easier for me to lay down what I knew I would spend and if I needed to save for something else. So that really also prepared me in advance. For the things that I had shopped online and checked and wanted to get, I realized that I would go over budget. So I had put like around 5,000, but of course I guess that went over by another 2,000, which is not so bad for the result that I got. So this is how I spent. My actual expenditure was I got my TV stand from Dolphine or Dolphine Furnitures. You can check them on Instagram. I'll just put their page here. They have really nice stuff if you're looking for TV stands, if you're looking for coffee tables, if you're looking for shelves, if you're looking for nightstands, the ones that you put beside your bed. Guys, I would recommend Dolphine Furniture. They delivered on time. They delivered a very nice piece. I love the finish. It looks amazing. I mean, I know that like spending on this TV stand is something I don't regret, and it wasn't even that expensive because I got mine for 13,000, which I think was a good steal considering the end result. I mean, you guys can see that. Then for my plants, initially my initial budget was 3,000. I wanted to get just one huge plant that would cover one corner of a space in my living room. I did get one. I managed to get one at eastleigh. Sorry guys, I didn't get the contacts of the place where I got that plant, and also I'm not very good with directions, so I can't really remember, but I just remember it was along the street as you go to day-to-day supermarket. There's a place on first floor that they sell four plants, so that's where I got my four plant. It went for 3,500. It's quite a huge size, and I love how it looks at the corner. I think it envisions what I had in mind, and I like how the outcome of it. The other plant, so I got two plants in this case. I realized one side of the TV stand looks a bit awkward, so I decided to add a plant there. And who doesn't like a Monstera plant? I mean, I know I'm not good with live plants, so I went with faux plants, something that I knew would work for my space, and also that because I have a young boy in the house. Considerations as a mom, we just have so many considerations to make when we're decorating our homes. But who said you can stay in a boring home just because you have kids? No one. So the other one, the Monstera plant, I got it from Maridadi Homes. Maridadi Homes, are just linked their IG page as well. They have really nice four plants and their price is affordable. They deliver on time. I loved their service. I loved the plant they delivered for me. And yeah, and the outcome is also good, as you guys can see. Once I place it on one side of the table and with the other four plant on the other side, it completes the look 100%. Then for thrifting, so at this point I had already spent 15,000 plus 3,500. That's 18,500. Then 3,500 for the plant, for the big plant again. So of course, as you can see, we had already gone over budget. Then for the vases, I actually wanted to just go and thrift pieces because I'm a good thrifter. I usually do this a lot, especially with home decor items in my space. But then I went to House of Leather, and guys, the vases these guys have, I don't know, I couldn't resist it because they have such amazing variety. If you want color, if you want design, if you want, whether it's wooden, whether it's glass, like all types. And I wanted two similar things that would sit on each end of my TV stand table. And guys, I managed to get these beautiful white vases, and I got, each of them was going for 800 shillings, so I spent 1,600 for the two pieces, and I absolutely love how they look on top of my credenza. This was a perfect buy. I don't regret it. And guys, even if I went over budget, I really appreciate the whole outlook and how the final result has come together. I really feel like it gives my space such new vibe. It gives my space such a clean vibe because that's what I was going for. For my living room area, the lighting is not that good. So of course, putting white and bright and of course having a little bit of green in the space, I feel like has really livened up the space, and now my space looks absolutely beautiful. I really love the TV stand area and how it has turned out amazing. Together was such a beautiful journey for me. I really enjoyed working on this, and I did my homework before I started, and I think that's the thing with your home. If you want to change something, I would advise that you first check online, check if you can get things at a good bargain, check if you can be able to save up on some of the items, check how everything will come together, because I think that also just gives you the motivation to save for it and to be able to achieve it. The other thing I would also say is don't be afraid to go over budget. Sometimes you actually find that you spend under budget, but then of course most times if you're working on a bigger project, because I feel like this was one of the biggest of the bigger projects that I have for my home, I was not afraid to go over budget because the final result has really just, it's pleasing and it looks amazing and my home looks good. So even if I have spent, I have not wasted money, because at the end of the day when I get into my house, I see where my hard work has gone. So you guys let me know down below what you think of the final outcome. I love it personally. It's something I would do in anyone's home, because I mean, who doesn't want an amazing space? So let me know in the comment section if you love what I achieved, what other things you can advise. I wanted to add another centerpiece in the middle of my credenza. I still don't know if that is going to be a framed photo of my family, or if I'm just going to get a board that says Christ is the head of this home, because he really is. Yeah, so let me also know in the comment section what I can put in the middle of my space. And then yeah, let's continue beautifying our homes, let's continue thrifting, let's continue just doing things that make our spaces amazing. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider hitting the subscribe button if you're new here, and also the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. That's it guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye.